joining and then a couple interested people. So I was like, oh, we'll see if we can make sure we record. Oh,
Yeah,
and we
it's totally recording.
so maybe I'll just kick us off because I'm saying
Yeah,
that.
do it.
Sure. I'm just gonna do, or Erin, could you just mute everybody, and then you can unmute if you have a question or you're gonna talk. So if we record, we can eliminate that. But hey, everybody, welcome to our kickoff party for the To Be Mindset. So you're here if you were either invited by a coach who's been talking about To Be Mindset, and you're like, let me check this thing out. You're also in the right place if you've already signed up to join our next To Be Mindset group, which as of this recording kicks off September 4th, Tuesday, the 4th, right after Labor Day, which I'm sure we'll all need a nice little focus. So if you are one of those people who is like, I'm all in, or I'm thinking about it and I'd love some more info, you're in the right place, and we want to say thank you. We want to maximize our time tonight, and so I'll kind of run over what we're going to talk about, but I just want to like cheers to everybody for getting here. So I got my water. And it's one of the principles we're going to talk to you about is, water first. And you can see we all have our water bottles with us because this comes with the To Be Mindset when you buy it. And so tonight we're going to do a few things. We're going to give you a super brief overview of what the To Be Mindset is. There are a lot of little details in there, but just the basics. Talk about the mindset behind it. And then we're going to talk about some of the really cool tools and things that you'll get. So if you're already ready for the group, this is going to be a really good kind of like walking you through all of those tools. If you're not sure yet, this is just a great overview. So if you're kind of like, wait, I'm not sure what that is, no worries. We're just going to show you those things. And then we're going to talk a little bit about our specific group, how we're going to give out some great prizes, how we can help you track your results, actually see results, and why all of that matters. And end with a couple of our own success stories just about why To Be Mindset has been a program that we've decided to do another group around. So you'll hear from a bunch of variety of coaches. We're all going to be popping in and out. If you have a question and you want to throw it in the chat for now, and then at the end, hopefully we'll have some time and space to answer those questions. And you can always just unmute yourself during that time. Did I miss anything else, ladies? Oh, unmute yourself though, sorry. I know. Sorry, guys.
That we're here to have a good time and get to know each other too. Yeah. So, because it's more fun with friends.
It's so much more fun. It really is. The support community is like the best reason, right? And one of the reasons that keeps you showing up is the fact that you get to hang out with people who are like-minded. You can see it, right? We got the kids everywhere. Like, people are just doing life right now, but we do it together so that we can get through it. So it's just a lot more fun tonight. So yeah, super informal. We want to give you an overview of things, but we also just want to get to know you. And again, if you're somebody who's already signed in, we'd love to know that. So if you want to say in the chat, if you're going to be joining us for the To Be Mindset group, coach or challenger, whatever, just put I'm in, and I want to read through and see who's already signed up so we can do a little celebration too. So I'm in. Celebrate. All right, Erin says she is in. Woo! Go, Erin. Melissa says she's already in. That's exciting. I know if you're on your phone, it takes a second to find the chat. I can't even tell you where it is. But if you are in, or you decide that you're all in while we're talking, let us know. Oh, Tara says she's in. Go, Tara. Go, Tara. And Kelly is so in. She's that in. She's super excited. Good stuff, guys. So if you decide along the way that you're in as well, or if you have questions, just let us know. So let's jump in, y'all. I think I'm kicking it over to Jane to start us. Just to give us a pretty brief overview. We might tag team that a little bit for baby noises, right?
Yeah. So sorry for the grunting that's going on right now. I'm going to do a little quick overview of the two bunnies. So if you've seen some of the collateral for To Be, you see like Alana, who's the nutritionist, with her like peace signs up, which I was kind of like, I was like, what's going on with that? That's like, I didn't really get it at first, but once you start, there's a bunch of videos, and she goes over everything, and it makes a lot of sense. It's just 4 basic principles that if you stick with those, you'll be like on a good track, she says, as you hop to success. So the first bunny is water first. So we all got our water bottles that you get with the program. And the key is to try to have water first before you put other things into your body. So starting with like 16 ounces. And then the goal is half your body weight in water per day. Basically just chugging throughout the day. And then the second principle is veggies most. And, Alana talks about the importance of vegetables, but as far as nutrition value, but it's also, to keep you full and satisfied. So your meals could be consisting primarily of, veggies are always, especially dinner, which is a hard shift, I think, for me at first to not have carbs at all with dinner. But sorry, Logan. And then the next one is tracking. So, and we're going to go over tracking a little bit, the next one's scale. So stepping on the scale every day, first thing you do before you shower. And then if anybody wants to take over, sorry, little guy's not having it. So yeah, I'm going to go off.
You want me, why don't I jump in real quick? Because the last one is, where are we at? The scale. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that, and this will lead really great into, I think Kelly's going to chat mindset next. So one of the toughest things for me, and I'm going to be super honest and transparent, was going and following the principle of weighing yourself every single day. I push back. Like, you can ask some of these ladies. I was like, no, not doing it. Like, I'm trying to break up with this scale mentality. And the 2B Mindset comes with all these videos you get to watch. And the more that I watched them, the more I understood why she wanted us to do it. And it wasn't so that I had to like beat myself up every day or compare anything. It was literally to learn what my body likes to eat. It was primarily for data. And it really changed my mindset around thinking of the scale as like this enemy and now an actual tool. Because I had broken up with it. I'm like, screw the scale. Like, I don't even throw it out. I didn't think I had one. I was like, no, I don't care because my worth isn't in this. But that's not the point of it. It has nothing to do with my worth. It's data. Literally, it can tell me what foods my body likes, what foods they aren't liking, what changes and tweaks I can make. And that's really a great component for this because it's so different from if you've ever done the fixed eight containers. It's not telling you how much of anything to eat. So you do have to play around with it to know how much of something your body likes. And so I know that for a lot of the women I've talked to, they're like, I have to weigh myself every day. Like, and guys, and that's like, it is tough. But now that I've been doing this, it's been 3 months. I don't even know how long this has been out now. A couple months, I've been able to track that I've lost 18 pounds. And I've been able to actually like look at it and see the differences. And I'll say some days for me like aren't perfect. And I'll talk to you moms because I know like if you're breastfeeding, like I weigh differently depending on if I've nourished my son or not in the morning, right? Like my boobs could weigh up to a pound. Like it's crazy, right? And Alana, I know she puts this video as she pumps before I'm not doing any of that. So like I obviously take it with a grain of salt, I go in saying I know that I need to make sure that I'm eating enough for all these factors. I look at the number and I can go through and not feel guilty. If I have a treat the next day and the scale goes up, I'm not saying, oh, I'm so awful because I ate a cupcake. I'm saying, cool, I ate that cupcake, it was pretty good, but my body doesn't love it, right? Like, so maybe tomorrow I don't do that and going that way. So that's one of the principles. And I'm gonna pass it over to Kelly. Oh, I see the comments. Yes, Erin, right? You poop and there you go. You're losing your pounds, right? Like you pee. I'm serious. Like I'll come back to the bathroom and pee again, weigh in. I'm like, what is happening, right? So our bodies are so different. So it's not this like, the scale is the be all end all in the program. The scale is a tool and it's made me have a healthier relationship with the scale and what it actually means. And I think that's really big for people. So Cal, do you want to hit us on some other mindset stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of my favorite things about this program is that the mindset is actually included. So, so often we start a workout program and we don't really give much thought to where our mind is at. And I feel like that's doing such a disservice. Whereas with the 2B mindset, one of the core principles has to do with a positive mindset. Like one of my favorite things that Alana says is the more positive your mindset, the more positive your weight loss. So I love that she makes this all about you. Like this is your life. You get to live it however you want. This is your body. You get to, you know, live in this body. Why not make it rock, right? But she's all about doing it in a sensible way where you're still enjoying life and you're not cutting out food groups and you're not cutting, or you're not like, you know, living out of containers or just, you know, counting calories and being like, you know, tied to your phone and, you know, tracking every macro. You know, this is about living a life that everyone lives. We're busy, we're on the go, we've got, you know, to use things that are convenient, like the tracker app or the tracker book, you know? So having this mindset of like, I can do this. This is, you know, this is possible for me. If I just follow these principles, I know that I can do this, and I can do this in a way that's doable for me. I love her idea of just doing 2 pounds at a time. It's so huge. It takes the pressure off of us when, you know, so many times you're talking about your goals and you're like, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds by the end of summer. I want to lose, you know, like 20 pounds by Thanksgiving or something. And it just seems so overwhelming and huge. And you want to, like, I love her idea of just saying, hey, why don't you just take this 2 pounds at a time? And it just, you know, like, it relieves that pressure of like, you need to have this humongous weight loss goal or to get to this place in a certain period of time. I love how she says, go about this by being more productive and less destructive. So it's all about, you know, talking to yourself in a positive way and knowing that like you've got this no matter what comes your way. You have your tools, you have your principles, and you've got this, and don't like let life rattle you. I love her 2 hands on the wheel because it's so tangible. Just these little sayings that kind of keeps your mind in the right zone. You might be at like a party and, you know, you want to go to the table and like grab a big plate full of appetizers, and you like remind yourself like, nope, 2 hands on the wheel. And it just keeps you focused. It keeps your mind in a positive place, and you get to just enjoy the party. And not so you can't eat anything there, but you just have your wits about you rather than, you know, seeing the food in your mind, telling yourself that you can do this, seeing that food table and going, oh, well, I got my water bottle, so 2 hands on the wheel. Maybe I'll have a little plate of something later. And the last thing that I want to end with is my absolute favorite thing that she reminds us is positive people equal positive weight loss. So it's so important to surround yourself with people who are going to uplift you. We need to be surrounded by a community of people who have our backs, who we can, you know, hop on in a group and say, listen, I'm having a rough day and I, you know, like really want to go for that chocolate jar in my colleague's room right now. And, you know, and like, you know that you have a community of go-to people that are going to have your back and say, listen, it's not worth it, and remind you of your principles and keep you back on track. So it's all about losing weight in a positive way, a way that's doable for you. So it's just about living life and enjoying your weight loss.
Yeah.
So that's really a mindset.
No, I love that. And if you're unsure, you're like, oh my gosh, Kelly said all these great things that I'd love to change my mind around. When you get access to the 2B Mindset, you get all of these videos that teach you these things along the way. So just know that they're there for you, and you go back to them when you need them. A few of us were talking like a week or two ago, and we're like, I just watched my videos again because I was like,
Absolutely.
to watch my videos again. So, yeah, so that's awesome. Thanks, Cal. Next up. Oh, I'm lost. I lost my agenda for a sec. Give me a sec, guys.
Yay!
Oh, Aaron's up. Awesome.
First of all, thank you guys for being on tonight. This was such a fun idea. And congratulations to everybody who's doing this for the first time, or at least taking the steps towards just having a healthy mindset around food. I think it's so important to realize like we're all coming from different places, and it's all good. Just like Kara talked about with using the scale as a measure of information, we have a different view of what food means to us. And now we can use those videos. And I'm going to talk about the tools that you guys are equipped with as part of the 2B Mindset. The videos are part of the tools because it allows you to now have a better mindset towards food and towards living your life, and knowing that food has to be a part of it, right? Like food has to be a part of it, but it doesn't have to be an evil part of it, you know? And I think just I listened to Ilana's story over again because and by the way, in case you guys haven't like, you know, kind of checked out some of the videos already, Ilana is the dietitian who created the 2B mindset, the Two Bunnies girl. And just listening to her story again and listening to how like her relationship with food has evolved over time and she's made it her life's passion. I think it's just so huge to know that like, we don't necessarily have to like change the world, but it is a movement and it starts with one person and it starts with one decision. And the fact that you made the decision to be here today and every single one of you wants to be a part of this movement, I think is so huge. And what you do with it is going to determine your outcome. Okay. Like you can watch all the videos and be like, yeah, that was really great. That was really informative. But also know if you engage in all of the tools and you stay engaged in the support system that we're creating for you guys, that's when you're going to see maximum success with this. And coming from a person who at this point in my life and this point in my commitment to the 2B mindset, I'm not out to lose a ton of weight. It is considered a weight loss program, but the way I'm sort of looking at it is it's a healthy approach to food. And I think whether I lose weight or not isn't the point for me. And I think whatever your goal is, that's what's going to determine what your healthy relationship looks like. And again, it goes back to tracking because the tracking is going to determine the outcome of all of your decisions. So I want to talk a little bit about the tools, and I might even do a quick screen share if you think that will be helpful for you guys. But I do want to first start with the videos, and I have a couple notes here. You can access your videos, and all of the videos are laid out very nicely. You can watch them all in one day. You can like binge watch them just like Netflix if you want, or you can watch them step by step as you start to prepare for really going into this with that new perspective and that sort of reset on your mindset. And two ways are through the nutrition app. So Beachbody has a nutrition app and all the videos are there. You would just log in like you would on Beachbody On Demand. And then of course, the other approach is to access these videos through Beachbody On Demand. But just keep in mind, you don't have to be a Beachbody On Demand member. If you are part of 2B Mindset and you've subscribed to 2B Mindset, that is a separate tab, and I'll actually show that to you because that way it'll make more sense. And you can access it through the Beachbody On Demand app. So you can access it through Beachbody On Demand, either web-based, which I think is probably the easiest one to kind of navigate, and then also on the Beachbody On Demand app, which is available on all smartphone operating systems. Thank you, Melissa, for reminding me. So the nutrition app, which is separate from the Beachbody On Demand app, that actually is only available right now on the Mac or iPhone, Apple operating systems. But you can still access it from your phone using the Beachbody On Demand app. So I want to talk to you about those trackers and guides that you get as part of starting this program. You can use the tracking approach that works best for you, and you've got multiple options. The first is you can just download a PDF version of the tracker, and you can do that through Beachbody On Demand, or you can track it specifically if you have an Apple device through the nutrition app, or you can use the bound tracker booklet that you receive when you, thank you, Kelly. So check out Kelly. She has the bound tracker booklet in her hand, and you can use that as well. So whatever makes sense for you. I know, just in my conversations with some of the ladies that are on here tonight, I know Tara prefers to print out the PDF and she has it hole punched in a 3-ring binder, which makes it very easy for her and very difficult to avoid, so she doesn't forget to track, right? So you pick the way that works for you. I prefer using an app because I'm on the go a lot, but I know that wherever I am, I've got my phone with me. So I know that's going to be the one way that I can sort of track as I go. In addition to that, all of the guides that you guys need to stay connected. So there's a go-to guide, which is sort of like the paper, like Cliff's Notes of the videos that you'll be watching. And Melissa, check out Melissa. She's got her go-to guide right there. So you can access that at any point and take that with you if for some reason you can't get a hold of your videos in one way or another. And then, of course, we've also got the recipe book. And the recipes are also found on the nutrition app. So if you do have access to the iOS app version of To Be Mindset, then you can also access the recipes from there. So those are all the kind of helpful tools for tracking and accessing all of the tools. There it is. Thank you, Melissa. All of the tools necessary to really dive into this. But I want to go even further. You've noticed that a bunch of us have talked about our water bottles. Mine's actually in the fridge, chilling my still water, because I'm drinking my fizzy water right now. My mocktail fizzy water. But the water bottle is something that I think we take for granted as a tool. But it serves as a tool on two levels. One, it's an exact measure, right? Because we're tracking our water in addition to anything else we put in our mouths. So it's an exact measure of how much we've been drinking. So if you fill up that water bottle, you know exactly how many ounces of water you had from one full bottle, right? But also it's the To Be Mindset, kind of catchphrases or key mantras that really encapsulate the mindset, and they're written right on the outside of the bottle. And when Kelly was talking about the 2 hands on the wheel, for me, when I see that in particular, it makes me think of like, I'm in control of the situation. So whatever decision I make next about what I put in my mouth, I have total control over, and my water bottle is a reminder of that. So it goes way beyond just being a water bottle. And I think it's really huge that as part of your commitment to this, you get this water bottle as a helpful tool and a helpful reminder everywhere you go. And of course, the scale is going to be our friend and is going to be a helpful tool for really tracking information as you go forward. The last piece of information, and then I'll do a quick screen share and pass it over to Melissa, but the last piece of tools or equipment, if you will, virtual equipment that you'll want to make sure that you get a hold of is our My Challenge Tracker app. And in that app, that's where we'll be tracking our day-to-day accountability and be receiving support. So as a community, going through To Be Mindset together starting on September 4th, although the group technically opened today on the app, that's where you'll actually check in. Tracking, you choose your poison, right? Like, I shouldn't say your poison. You choose your flavor of how you want to track, but how you then record that accountability is going to be in the My Challenge Tracker app. That's also, again, where you'll get additional information and support from our entire community going through the To Be Mindset together. So those are all the tools. And if you guys don't mind, real quick, I want to do a quick screen share of the web-based version so you guys can get a quick peek at what it looks like on Beachbody On Demand. So just confirm with like a thumbs up. You guys see what I see, which is Beachbody On Demand. Awesome. Okay, cool. So here you'll see, and I'll actually go back to like Beachbody On Demand home. Like once you log in, like as you can see, I obviously don't do this very much on the web. So it's like, oh, I did 2 workouts. Well, no, it's because I do it on Beachbody On Demand on my TV. But you'll see here, there's some tabs along the top. And if you go to nutrition and click on To Be Mindset, all the tools are here, including the videos, the overview, and I want to point out the resources. So if you are wanting to print out PDFs of any of the trackers, this is where you would find it, or any of the tools and resources, that is. So your meal planning tools, the recipes, the food lists, again, the tracker, and of course the go-to guide as well can all be found here, including that getting started guide as well. So it's really simple. Like even if you don't feel that you have quite the right setup on your smart device, you will always be connected to your resources through beachbodyondemand.com. Log in, go to the nutrition tab, and you're good to go. Whether or not you actually have Beachbody On Demand, like for the workouts and the fitness and stuff, that's totally separate from this. So if you're already committed to Be Mindset, if you go to this nutrition tab, you'll be good to go right here. Okay. Any questions about that before I hand it over? How many weeks is the group? Let me check the My Challenge Tracker app and find out. 4.
Right now the group has, we like to call it like a week 0, kind of like a prep week. So we can start to put some information in there, get to know each other a little bit. But the group will go all the way through September, pretty much. And I think it'll end like a couple days in October. I can't remember the exact date, but it will be all of September. So it's 4 weeks.
Cool. And again, congratulations and thank you guys so much. And Tara said you can print off the shopping list and fill it out as well from the PDF file, so you can keep it keep track of it while you're at the grocery store. That's such a great tip. Thank you, Tara. Cool. I'm going to mute myself, but I want to just, again, congratulate you guys for being here and being a part of this. And I can't wait to get to know you more and celebrate all your successes with this. Melissa, take it away, girlfriend.
Got it. Okay, sorry. Took me a little while. I found it. So I'm going to talk to you guys about the tracking. Like, why do you want to track, what you're going to get out of it, and some of the cool prizes that might come from that. So tracking is super important, as Kara had said earlier, that as you start to track and as you start to look at the things that they're requesting from you, whether it's your food, whether it's your water intake, whether it's your mindset or your mood, it helps you understand yourself a little bit better, so that you can see, you can even go back and look and say, this was a good day. I see the good, I was really on track. I was really in a good mindset and I saw success this day. And then some days there might be a day where you struggled a little bit. Maybe your mindset was off. Maybe you were a little stressed. Maybe you didn't get enough water. Maybe you didn't poop yet. But you won't be able to know these things if you don't write them down. I am 100% one of those people who never wanted to write down, because I was like, I just ate a Reese. I actually ate a 4 in a king size container. So once you really get over the fact of saying it's not going to be about whether it's a bad day, bad food day, or a bad water day, or anything, stop referring it to bad versus good. It's just, as Kara said, data. It's information that will help you make the changes that you want to make. So what we'll be requesting of you is to share some of that data. Not necessarily to say, oh, I want to see how much that person leads, or I want to see how well they did. We're doing it to help each other, cheer each other on. We want to see that you're making changes. We want to see that you're doing what's being asked so you can reach your goals. And some of the ways that we would do that then is to surprise you with prizes. So everybody loves surprises. Everybody loves free stuff. So we have some surprises up our sleeves. So as you go out these 30 days, you may be selected as one of the surprise winners, so that you can really be like, wow, like this is a community. This is not just like, hey, there's like 7 people or 8 people here that just kind of hang out tonight. We're going to hang out with you for 30 days and more to help you keep achieving those goals. And I can tell you that I've been doing this for 3 years now, and I have been more consistent with what I've been doing, whether it's been nutrition, whether it's my exercises, whether it's my water intake. I have not really flip-flopped a ton. That used to be me. I was the flip-flopper. I would get to a certain ideal weight or feel good about myself or fit my pants, and then I'd stop doing what I was doing. And I'd be like, okay, this is good. I'm good. I'm good. Well, I haven't in 3 years, and people are like, what are you doing? How are you doing it? It's because I'm consistent, and I'm really trying to track my food, track my intake, do my workouts, do things that are helping me continue to do that by reading, by being involved in a group like this with all these wonderful people, and we're all here to support you. So tracking is a necessary, I don't want to say evil, but it is. It will help you. It really, 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 really will. I promise, if you do it, that first week. This book, I'm telling you, the book, the PDF, the app, whatever you do, I love the way that it does it, because it gives you the week at a glance, like what your meals are, any notes or appointments and things that you want. And then if you're like me, you plan all your meals, you plan everything you're going to do, and then that day comes, and you're like, I don't really feel like that. So you don't actually eat what you had planned on eating. You may eat some of it, but you may not. So there's an actual, like, my day, like there's a day so that you can look at it and fill it in as you go. And whether it's the beginning of the day, set your mindset, and at the end of the day, what your mindset was. So you really get a feel of what your day was like. And it's just quick. You don't have to write a book. There's not enough room in here to write a book. So start small. Just start with one day at a time. So since not everybody has the same type of tracker, for me, I'm an Android person, so I don't really have the option for the app, but I'm also a paper and pen kind of type of person. So here's mine. But I'll take pictures of different selections or your meals or any bonus exercises or your mocktails or I don't have the water bottle because I like mine really, really cold, but like, just chugging your water, just showing everybody that you're participating, that the more you participate, the better and more success you will see. So I'm gonna move it on to testimonials. So I think maybe Tara or Kara. Ooh, isn't that fun?
Yeah. Well, I'll take it because I want to add something to the tracking that we've decided to do for you guys. Because we know that if you are not required, but if there's some incentive to actually like put in your tracking, like Melissa said, like you're just more likely to do it, right? Like, let's be real. Like, I know there's a reason that like, if you ever did the Beachbody Health Bet with us last year, there was a reason we had almost everyone submit results at the end, and that was because there was a prize. So we've come up with a fun way for us to reward you. There will be a prize. We'll probably do like a raffle prize at the end, and we have some other weekly things coming. But we want you to track every single day. And so because these ladies talked about like all the different ways you can track, we know that it's going to be different. What you're going to do is use the My Challenge Tracker app to show us your tracking. Okay. So say, for example, this is my actual tracking. You can see some of my info there. I can even just scroll up. I didn't track today. I don't want to show you guys. I'm so embarrassed. I know, guys. I know. I had a rough weekend, and so I needed to track that much. But you can see. I'll go back to a day I tracked. You could see my stuff in there, like the little comments and everything. But you take a screenshot of this bad boy. And when you're in the My Challenge Tracker app, I don't think I can show you. I should have had it pulled up on the computer maybe. When you're in the My Challenge Tracker app, you log a Shakeology and a workout. Now, we know workouts are optional. They're extra credit for a 2B mindset. But what you can do is you can log your Shakeology. And we want you to take a picture every single day of either a screenshot of the phone if you don't have the app and you're tracking in the book, a screenshot of that, and upload it as your shake every day, okay? Every time you do that, every day gets you an entry to win a prize. And we're going to be giving out some prizes for you just for showing up every day. Because, guys, I totally just admitted to everyone that I didn't track today. But I bet if I had to put mine up there, you dang well know that at 9 o'clock or whenever you can have an alarm get set on your phone to say upload it, and the My Challenge Tracker app will send you a reminder if you want it to. If I'm entered for a prize, like I'm gonna win. Like I'm gonna put my stuff in there right then and there and put it up. And that's what we want from you. It's not a catch you. We're not trying to say gotcha. If you want to put it in the 5 Reese's you ate, like put in the birthday cake, but put it in. That's the habit we're trying to help you get there. And so if you do that, you'll get entered for every day that you are putting. I cannot remember though. Does someone remember, did we say, is there a minimum days that we're doing for this? 5 out of 7, or we just said every day you do it, you get an entry? I can't remember. Every day? Okay, cool. So there you go. So maybe you have where like I was away all weekend, so I didn't track honestly when I was away. But I still have a chance because of those days I did track, and I think that's like part of the mindset thing. And I'm going to guide this into my story a little bit. I think with this is that so often I would be like, all right, I'll just do better on Monday, right? Whereas with 2B mindset, I have found that every single day I get to wake up and it gets to be like a new choice I make at every meal to make the right choice or a choice that works for me. And I'll tell you guys, like I was away all weekend at my sister's bachelor party. I lost weight this weekend, guys. I freaking lost weight and I had fun. But you know what I also did? I brought this And they were making fun of me. They were digging into me in a, good way, but I was drinking water in between each beverage. I brought my own like veggies with me, like so everyone's like snacking on chips, and I was snacking on carrots. And yeah, I also had some chips, and I also had some snacks or whatever. But I felt so empowered, and that's the thing that 2B Mindset has given me. So I've been able to lose, I think 38 pounds now since the year started, and I lost, thank you. And I've lost 18 of those in the past few months. And I think sometimes it can be really hard when you're like have a larger number that you want to lose to just keep with it every single day, every single week. But part of what 2B Mindset has done for me has helped me see that like this really is a lifestyle. And now, guys, I got to tell you guys, my kids eat the same way I eat. My kids eat more veggies. I inspired my husband has changed and has started to 2B Mindset after pushing back a lot about it because he's very set in his ways. Because he saw my results, I'm making healthier choices, bringing better food in for my family. And guys, I've saved so much money. I was thinking about this the other day because we do eat a lot of produce, and that's like harder because it can be more expensive. But now that my husband isn't eating the kids' snacks and he's not eating like, if I buy fruit, we used to have to buy so much fruit, but because of the way that we're choosing to eat the fruit during the day, we're going through less of it actually. So we're not spending as much money on that. Like it's so interesting because you really can find cheap produce options right now. And so we've actually saved, like our weekly grocery budget has stretched, I've noticed now that we're both doing it. So, if you're not going to be a 2B Mindset household, like have no fear, because when you make changes, the people around you see it and they're going to want to jump on board because they see how happy and healthy you feel without sacrificing. Because I think that's the scariest and hardest thing is that you go on a diet, you feel restricted, you make a mistake, you start over on Monday, repeat, right? 20 years later, and you're still trying to get the same weight off, or you're stuck in the cycle. For me, 2B Mindset has completely cut that. Like I really feel in control over what I get to eat. I make the right choices, and my family's being like super adventurous with the foods that they're eating, and they're willing to like try cauli rice, and I don't have to be so scared to use different sauces. I had always stuck away from cooking with much flavor because I was afraid of the added calories. But in the program, she teaches you tips to stretch it. And like we buy like one jar of sauce that like we can stretch for like 2 weeks with meals because we've learned how to do that and still get the flavor and enjoy it, and make it an enjoyable experience. So, if you have questions about like my story, I just want to say like from someone who was like excited about 2B Mindset, then I got really scared and I pushed back. I am a like 2B Mindset addict. I love it, and it is the way I plan to eat for the majority of my life, unless there's something special circumstance that comes up, because it just works for me and my kids. And that's what's important, is I can make their plates look similar to mine, and I can teach them the healthy habits now. So that's mine. And then I think, Tara, were you going to share a little bit about yours too? You're up, girl.
Am I good? Can y'all hear me? Yes. Okay. Hi, my name is Tara. I've started my journey with this team back in January. I started with 80-day obsession, and I have lost 50 pounds. Well, I guess it's 53 now since I started in January. After I hopped on with 80-day, the 2B Mindset came around kind of halfway through that program. This was my second time on Beachbody On Demand. And I'm going to be really honest. The first time, I think I did the 21-day fix when it came out years ago. And I didn't follow it very well. I didn't understand the containers. And so I didn't stick to it. And I didn't see any results. The 80-day obsession, I was seeing results from the workouts. But I can kind of honestly say the containers I never really stuck to very well. I meal prep every Sunday. But the different colors and the portions really, I just had a hard time. So I kind of like eyeballed things, and it worked. But when 2B Mindset came out, I was like, I think I can do this, because it's a picture that you look at. And Alana talks a lot about the plate it method. And there was no measuring. There was no calorie counting. There was no it was just make your plate look like this, this, and this. And I was like, oh, I can do that. That's fine. And I guess because I'm such a visual person, that it really just kind of made sense to me. When I started, I think I've lost 18 pounds like Kara has on 2B Mindset now. There are hard days. There are definitely days that I do not want to get on the scale. That was also something for me that I was like, this isn't going to work. Just like the containers, I was kind of like, I'm going to kind of eyeball this stuff. I'm going to kind of do this right. The 2B Mindset almost doesn't allow you to do that. Like once you start following just those 4 steps, you almost become like an instant like, okay, this is going to work. The tracking every day was super simple to me, especially when I put it out right in front of me. I was able to track every day. That wasn't anything that was hard. The water it made me feel better. And so when I finally started like letting go of all of my regards that I had against it, I was like, oh, okay, this is good. I also think Alana, whenever you watch her videos, she does make you feel like this is how you take control. And I don't think anyone has ever really shown me like how to control my food and myself around it. I think that's something that a lot of us struggle with, and we feel different emotions when we eat. And she talks a lot about that. And that was me. Like she would like speak truth to me whenever she was talking about stuff. And I was just like, oh yeah, that's what I do. And so within, I think probably the first 10 videos, I had already had a complete mind shift about who I was and how I reacted to food and why you needed to eat certain things. No one ever told me veggies filled you up. I didn't know that. I just thought they were healthy for you. So then once I learned that, I was like, that's why I need to eat more of these. It was more of like this eye-opening experience for me. And I never felt like I was limited. I can eat portions. Like I could eat a huge salad. I did for dinner tonight because I was starving. I had a huge salad and chicken, and she teaches us about how to do the condiments and how you can not restrict yourself on certain things. And I think that's why I've been so successful, and I continue to lose weight. I'm pretty sure when I get on the scale tomorrow, I'm going to have a weight loss just because I've stuck to like what I always do, and it always goes down and down. It does get defeating. I think there will be some times when the scale does go up, and you just keep reminding yourself like you've come so far. It does go up, and if you really look at it, like my weight loss has gone up and down and up and down. It kind of zigzags, but it's gradually going down, and I do have to remind myself of that sometimes. But I have loved 2B Mindset. I agree with Kara. I think this is something that I can stick with forever. And I think that's a great thing too, is that once you buy and get onto the videos and all the PDF forms, you have it forever. You never lose those videos. You never lose that. Like I can have those copies for the rest of my life if I need them. And to me, that's really comforting because I know that it's not going to change or anything, nothing's going to go away and I have to pay again or do anything like that. Like it's all there forever. Those videos are there. I watch them constantly. When I get ready in the morning, it's like my news with Lana. That's what I call it. And so she really helps me take control of all of that, remind myself of things that I need to be reminded of, especially like when you go have weekends and you have weight loss over weekends and you're feeling pretty good. And then there's some weekends when you don't, but you have all those tools to come back to, and you get right back on track really quickly. It's nothing that's really offsetting. So I don't know who's going next, but that's my testimony. And I'm hoping to lose a couple of more pounds, hopefully, within the next couple of months. And I love 2B Mindset. So
congratulations, by the way. That's just so incredible. And just getting to know you through this process has been really amazing too. So it's going to be really great having you as part of this community because you have been where some of us are starting, right? Like you've already been there. So you can really be like, you know what? Don't stress out. Because I think that's part of it too. Now, I need to preface this with, regardless of what my nutrition training background is, there's one thing that, and you can Google this if you don't believe me, but there's one thing that really does slow and hinder our weight loss or our own just well-being, and that is stress. And the more we like overthink things sometimes, that actually like slows things to a halt. And what I really love about this program is it takes the pressure off. Like, we're not measuring a bunch of things, and like we're not like, fitting our eating into a box, like, and I don't mean like a literal box, but like we're not closing that eating into something that's like holding us down, like we're being restrained, right? And when we take that pressure off ourselves and we take that weight, like, mental and emotional weight off of ourselves, just that lack of stress even is a great proponent for weight loss, because stress can cause weight gain, y'all. So even think about that. I mean, when you're tracking your mood and stuff, and if you do see a weight gain on the scale, check in with yourself. Like, did I have like a stressful day? Could that be part of it, or just in the fact that like sometimes when we stress out, we don't drink as much water, or we don't eat the way we should, or we want to, you know what I mean? So I just love how, just like, I'm going to echo what Melissa said, is like, you're just so real, Tara and Kara. You're both very real, and your stories mean a lot, and your experience is going to just give so much more value to this community and to this support group that we're starting. So I thought I would just give you guys like just a quick overview of what next month's going to look like. And Kara, if you want to like fill in any gaps, awesome. And anybody else who wants to fill any gaps. But basically, you can join in the group as of today, and the majority of the support and the additional information and stuff above and beyond what you get as part of the nutrition tab or the nutrition app on Beachbody On Demand will be in the My Challenge Tracker app, and that group already exists. Melissa asked if we can put that link to the My Challenge Tracker app. I think you need to get an email invite. So if you haven't received an email invite and you're already committed, then you should receive that. So hit up whoever invited you to our party and make sure that they get you connected with that group. And officially, we start like a kickoff week tomorrow. So you're able to put in any of your stats that you want to put in the My Challenge Tracker app. But then also you can even start tracking now. If you have everything that you need to get started, you don't have to wait until September 4th. Just know that, if you can. Awesome. Okay. Sorry. I was just reading everybody's conversations in the chat. What we're wanting to do with starting on the 4th is your consistent accountability. So if you start before now, you're tracking. You can track now. You can watch all the videos now or tomorrow or whatever. But as far as the accountability, that will start on September 4th. But doesn't mean you have to actually like wait if you want. If you want to start, you've got everything you need. If you're waiting on the water bottle, you'll be fine. You can use a 30-ounce water bottle that you already have, you're good. Swell bottles, those Swell bottles, the thermal ones that I have, like, they're 25 ounces, so they're a little bit smaller in terms of ounces. And then celebrate. Like, we're going to just celebrate you for committing to this today. So if you haven't yet committed and you're excited about being part of this community, like, share your excitement here today. And if you're like, I'm good, I like keeping myself on mute, that's cool too. But if you are like ready to go for this thing, we want to celebrate you right now. We want to get you excited about this community and get you started right away. And you can start tracking now. You can start tracking and journaling all your own stuff, and then check in with us. You can totally check in with us ASAP. I see Kara trying to unmute. Okay, good.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to close it out with, if you are committed and you're here and you haven't shouted out, I love that Erin said do it. But if not, reach out to that coach, because I will let you know that 2B Mindset packs, if you're watching this live, are $20 off until the end of the month, which is in a few days. So obviously we want to say it, save yourself some money, get it now because it's $20 off. Even if you're like, I don't know if I'll start to whatever, guys, but you should start with us. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll have some good stuff coming for you in the next in this upcoming week. But yeah, they're $20 off until the end of the month. So jump on that. We obviously love the program, but we also love a good deal. So if no one has anything else, I just want to thank you guys for getting on or watching the recording and hanging out with us. It's fun when we get to all get together and just hang out. And congrats to everybody who's getting ready to join us. I'm really excited post Labor Day. It's been a crazy summer, and that's the thing. I didn't share that, but like I've literally like lost weight over the summer. The summer, guys, where all we're doing is like partying and like having fun and eating, and there's like so everything revolves around eating. And I've been able to lose weight, and like that's just so exciting. So I'm hoping to kick it off into the holidays. As we get there, I feel like really empowered, and I hope this program does the same thing for you guys. So otherwise, have a good night. Yeah.
So if you watch this recording, or if you're watching right now and you need to connect with the person who invited you, awesome. Like do that. They'll have a link for you to get connected with the program, and then ultimately the invite into the community. So any questions you have at all, you can ask any of us. That's totally cool. But this is going to be so fun. Like, I think what I'm most excited about is just how much fun we have when we get together. And, maybe we'll plan another, mid-month mocktail party like this. I don't know. Like, we like to do fun stuff like that randomly. So thank you so much. And we're excited to have you part of our family now. So 2 bunnies.
Thanks, everyone. Ooh. Bye.
Double peace signs, 2 bunnies. You know the drill.
Guys.
Bye, guys. Have a great night.